Hey everybody, Larry Lawton here, and this is going to be about the logistics of the whole. And a lot of people ask me, like, how does food work? How does visits work? How does the yard work? Stuff like that, the logistics, and I'm going to get into that in a minute. Before we get started, please check us out on YouTube, member programs, Patreon member program, Discord. Please check my merch out, my book, Gangster Redemption. It's going crazy. There's a lot of great prison stories and a lot of great robbery stories in the book, but it's got a good ending, as I always say. So, don't anybody ever kid you and tell you, oh, the whole, I could do the whole, I can do this, it's a getaway. It's not. It's, you're confined. You are confined in an 8-foot by 10-foot cell, and you don't leave. Now, we're going to get into the logistics of it, and you know that I went half crazy in the hole, but we'll get into that in a later video. We're going to get into my longest stay in the hole, what happened, and why I really went crazy as well. But on this video, I really want to get, like I said, the logistics. And what do you mean by logistics? How does the visiting work? How does commissary work? How does food work? How does the yard work? Because when you're in the hole, first of all, you're in another part of the prison, but you're still in the prison, so they got to take care of you to a degree. Let me put it that way. I've seen the crazy stuff going on in the hole, but getting back to logistics. I'm not going to get into communicating in the hole because I'm going to do that in another video, and that's going to be a good video. I'm going to actually show you how we make kites, stuff of that nature, in a video. But on this video, logistics. What's the logistics? Okay, when you go to the hole, when you originally go to the hole, you go down into the main area and you get strip searched again. You go in this little box, looks like a telephone booth, and it's a cage, and they tell you strip out. So you go in that cage, and when I say a cage, I mean a little more than a telephone booth. This is not even a big cell. Even a lucky fat guy couldn't fit in it. I mean, it's really that tiny. Then they take you, they say strip naked. It's amazing how I don't even give a fuck about being naked in front of people. The good parts is when you want to be naked in front of people. I'm talking about I don't care. I was strip searched and bent over and lifted my nuts and did all that stuff so many times. Sadly, I lost any kind of, embarrassment or any kind of feeling towards that. I don't know if that's good or bad. I want to think it's bad because you'd think you'd want it. I don't give a shit. I really don't. It's, none of that bothers me at all. And you do that. So you get in the hole and you go down there and you strip out and they give you a bedroll. And in that bedroll, there's going to be a toothbrush, a toothpaste, a little thing of toothpaste, like a little baggie bedroll. They don't even give you a pillow. They just give you a blanket and a sheet, and that's it. One sheet, and that's the end of all you're getting. Then you get thrown into that cell. Now, logistically wise, depending on why you're in the hole. If you're in the hole, well, everybody goes into the hole, and before you go to what they call the DHO, which is the disciplinary hearing officer. Let's say you get in a fight. You're in the hole, you get in a fight. Bah, bah, bah. You guys get into a fight, whatever happens, you both get thrown to the hole. They don't put you in the disciplinary side. There's what they call the administrative side. And so they put you in the administrative side before you see the DHO, the disciplinary hearing officer. And you can actually fight your case and all this shit. You never win. It's all bullshit. I've tried. It's all bullshit. So anyway, doing this, you get put on the administrative side of the hole. First of all, when you do go to the hole, when you're in your unit, whatever's happening in your unit, they call down to the unit and they tell the guard on duty, they say, hey, Lawton's in the hole. Pack him out. They go into your cell with a big, it looks like an army bag, and they take everything you got and just stuff it in a fucking bag. And they don't put it in nice. So if you have anything in there and it's like lotion and that opens up on your shit, and trust me, if you don't think they do that on purpose, if they don't like you, they do. So anyway, all your shit gets put in a bag, and then, they send it down to the shoe. Now, you don't get your stuff. You don't get all that stuff. In the administration side of the hole, you do get more. Like you might get your radio. You'll get certain books or certain things are differently than if you're on the disciplinary side. So you will get, so this logistically, you're going to get certain things. Now, your hearing to go to the disciplinary hearing officer, you want that as quick as you can. Because the quicker that comes, the quickest they give you your sentence, 30 days in the hole, whatever it is, and then you get and start doing your hole time. Now, I've been in some holes where they don't even count your administrative side, and some do. You know, it depends. It depends on how they are, how they're feeling, how crowded the hole is. A whole bunch of reasons why they'll do whatever they're going to do. Now, by law or by their policies, jerk me off. They don't follow them anyway. They're not supposed to do that. It's supposed to be a fair hearing. You're supposed to be able to get a person to do it with you. Like you can have a representative if you're not intelligent enough. I was actually a representative for some people. And boy, it's just a joke. They come in. Now, the disciplinary hearing officer is not even from that prison, technically. They actually go around the prisons and come to the prison, but they get to know them. And it's all a big game to cover asses in case somebody dies in the hole. We're doing it like this. We're doing it the right way. We all know what happened to Epstein. So getting back to the logistics. So you get your stuff. So you're originally in the hole. Most of the time, unless you're crazy, unless you're really a threat to others or something, you're going to have another cellmate in the hole with you, which is good. I mean, yes, you know, you got to live with them and shit with them and eat with them and do everything else. And usually you better like them. I mean, usually you get to know, you do a lot of reading, but if he's a snorer, if he's an asshole, if you don't like him, whatever happens is more fights, more trying to get out of that cell, whole bunch of that. The logistics of that is tough. So anyway, you go down, and within the first day or two, they come and deliver the shot to you. It's called a shot or an infraction. So they will deliver the shot, and it'll be a write-up. You know, Lawton, an inmate, blah, 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 had a fist fight. I witnessed this, and it was broken up. During the breakup, Lawton swung at another person. Whatever it is, they want to write in that report. They're going to write in that report. And that's going to be your infraction. Now, you can then fight that infraction. That's what the DHO is for, disciplinary hearing officer. I didn't start. I never took a punch. What was I supposed to do? And boy, I've never seen anybody win those. And all they do is say, oh, you should have went to the guard at the gate. Are you kidding me? You go to the guard at the gate, you're a snitch. And nobody does that. Nobody. So that's not happening. So anyway, here you are in the logistics of the whole. And now you're going to get fed 3 meals a day. Unless, again, for the safe and orderly running of the institution, we could not serve chow. Yes, they've done that. Now, by policy, they're supposed to give you what they call recreation out in the yard, 1 hour a day, 5 days a week. Do you think they do that? Absolutely not. Weather was bad. Guards were understaffed. An incident happened on the yard. A number of reasons they do not give you your recreation time. Also, depending on the hole you're in, if there's no shower in the hole, it's supposed to give you a shower 3 days a week. I love the books and the policies and everything else, and I'm going to bring them up here. And it's just bullshit. They just don't do that. I mean, they have the greatest wording in the world to get away with anything. For the safe and orderly running of the institution, we had to cancel showers today. What's the safe and orderly running of the institution? Well, there was a fight down 3 units ago, 3 units down, way down, and the guard had to run, so he's out of fucking breath. So the guys in the hole or whatever who didn't run or who didn't do on checks or whatever the fuck it is, you don't get your stuff. But logistically, they're supposed to give you 3 meals a day. Then they're supposed to give you your showers, and they're supposed to give you rec. Here's another thing they do at rec. They'll come around at 7 in the morning or 6 in the morning. Before even chow sometimes, 6 in the morning. They'll come around at 5 o'clock in the morning and ask you if you want rec that day. And they'll walk by and they'll go real low. Want rec? If you're sleeping, you don't even hear that. And they'll say, oh, refused rec. And they walk by. So now when they come for rec time, they go, okay, rec time. And you're waiting on the door, and they go, oh, you said you didn't want it. What do you mean I said I didn't want it? Who asked me? Oh, the night shift came around and asked everybody. Such bullshit. I mean, the games they play with people, it's pretty sad, actually. But anyway, logistically, they're supposed to give you your rec. Now your meals. Your meals are given, and they're given out by guards. Let me give you another thing. Now, they'll have what they call tier runners. Tier runners are inmates who clean the tiers. Now, those are the dudes in certain holes that you get to know. They'll pass stuff for you. Because what they do is, during chow time, actual guards will pass the food through the chute. And that's when I know when they want to really fuck with you, when they spit on the food. Because if an inmate spit on the food, they're going to spit underneath it if they were preparing it and you had a beef with somebody. The guards will actually spit on the... I had to take potatoes, take the gob of spit out. Man, look at me, I'm getting sick. I had to take the gob of spit out and eat the food because I was so hungry. Now, you can't tell me who fucking spit on that food. That was a fucking guard. Anyway, they'll open the tiers, they'll open the chutes. Now, every door has what they, the food slots. They call them chutes, the food chutes, the food. That's where you have to pass you have to go behind your back, put your hands behind your back. That's where you have to, they have to cuff you up. Because by policy, they're not allowed to open that door if you're not in handcuffs when you're in the shoe area. So anyway, they'll open up the slot doors, and it's funny because right when they start opening the slot doors, because they don't open one at a time, they'll usually go down the tier, start opening them, and that's when you're really looking at your buddy across the way, talking to him, mouthing something to him. Even though you shoot kites during the day, and we'll go into that when I do communications, you're still looking at them and whatnot, hey, pass something, this. If you got good guards in the hole, which in every prison you did too, they would pass a magazine or so. But again, we did it with chutes, even when they tried to fix the doors, and I'll get in again. I'll get into that with communications. So now when they come by, they put they put the trays right on there, and you take it, you put it down. If it's both of you, one guy eats on the bed, the other guy usually eats on the toilet, and you just put it on your thing and you eat it. Now, listen, it's garbage food. But it's the same food they actually make in the kitchen. So they'll just make trays, and X amount of people in the hole, they'll bring trays. Now again, they'll always have extra trays. And if the guard's good and he knows you and you've been cool to him, I was in the hole so long, got to know some good ones, obviously some assholes. They'd say, hey, Lord, you want another tray? Yeah, because food, you want food. Now, going on to logistics, that's food. Now, they feed you 3 times a day. Obviously, they're feeding you nothing but carbs. Bullshit, fucking rice, beans, bread. They don't feed you some really nutritious meat. I love it. Everybody goes, what do they feed you for meat? I go, call mystery meat. I mean, literally, and the reason we call it mystery meat is because we don't know what the fuck it is. Really, you don't know what it is. And, I'm not bullshitting any of this. This is the fucking American prison system. The Federal Bureau of Prisons. Now, you also get to do commissary if you're in administrative segregation. You get a better commissary list than if you're in the DHO side, or disciplinary segregation. So when you're in discipline, there'll be only a few items. But when you're on administrative segregation, that's waiting the DHO, or maybe you're somebody had a separatiste on you and dropped a note on you, and you fucking they're scared of you, so they're saying something, so you're under investigation. I love that one. So they'll throw you in the hole. But anyway, and you can get more stuff on that list, like you can get batteries, you can get a candy bar. You can't get as much on the yard, everything's tiered. So, but you can get stuff. Once you're on a disciplinary side, first of all, when you go to disciplinary, the other side, it's literally the other side of the hole, the shoe, they'll take your radio away. And now you have nothing. You literally have no fucking radio, nothing. You're sitting in that hole going fucking crazy. And when they give you 60 days in the hole, you're fucking nuts. I mean, I'm lucky I'm a vivid and avid reader, a vicarious reader. I mean, I would read. And that's why I read the Bible 5 times. I read the Quran 3 times. I read the Torah 3 times. I read Buddhist books, many Buddhist books, because you're allowed spiritual books in any side of the hole. Some holes, they would let a regular book on either disciplinary side or not. And so, and they'd have a book cart come around. Well, when the book cart come around, they put it in front of your door, and they give you a few minutes, and you'll go and looking. And I end up getting so good at this, I end up looking, make sure in the last 10 pages, 15 pages are there. because these assholes ripped the pages out of the book, not the guards, the other inmates, to roll, single cigarettes, little like pin joints of a cigarette, which they'll get crazy shit for. So in the hole, obviously, I would make sure I had book. I love to read, so I always had books and reading. It was my biggest thing. And I'd work out, logistically I worked out. And, I would take what they call a bird bath, if you want to call it. They had the silver one-piece toilet sink, and you're pushing a thing to try to get water, trying to wet yourself down after you work out. Unless they had a shower in the hole, which was pretty cool. Some holes had a shower in the cell. Now, I like that, except when the guards fuck with you because they control the hot and cold water. So they would turn off the hot water and it would be freezing. I didn't give a fuck about that. My dick would shrink up. I'm freezing in the day, but I'm soaping up. I'm feeling good. I'm good. But when they turned off the cold water, you couldn't take a shower because the water would be boiling hot. Think of that, boiling hot. You could not take a shower. In fact, they'll sell coffee when you're in an administrative hole. I've made coffee, and I've also did it with, I showed you how to make burners and stuff like that. So now, they also have visits when you're in the hole. Now, if you're on administrative and you did not lose your visits, again, remember, administrative and disciplinary. There's two parts of the hole. The disciplinary, they're going to give you 30 days or 60 days in the hole. Loss of commissary. Then you're done. You get nothing. Loss of commissary. Loss of visits. Loss of phone. You get none of that then when you're in the disciplinary side. Administrative side, you can still have visits. Unless they deem something you can't. You're under investigation for something. It's still an investigation. They don't want you to have visits. They'll cut your visits off. But normally you can have visits. But you go out in an orange jumpsuit into the visiting room. Usually people in prison wear khakis of some sort. Either green or brown khakis. And when you're in there, everybody's in there. But if you're in the shoe and they take you for a visit, you go to the visiting room, but you have to sit in a special area. And you're in orange and all your friends know who you are. I mean, they know you came from the hole. And you can see, and my family knew it too. Every time I went to the hole and I come out in my jumpsuit, they go, oh, he's in the hole again. Oh, he's in the hole again. And, but getting that visit was so important because it saved my life a few times. My dad would visit and I'd have to tell him stuff to do to I hate to say get the prison in trouble, what they're doing wrong, write the senators, write congressmen. And if I didn't have that kind of connection, I wouldn't be here today. I really believe that. I think they would have killed me. I really do. So anyway, here I am. You do get visits when you're in there. You will get a phone call, usually, even in administrative, one a week. They have a phone, they'll roll it in front of your door, they'll open the chute door and say, hey Lawton, you got 15 minutes. Now, if you had a good guard, a guy liked you or whatever, he would put the phone in front of your door and say, I'll be back in a while. And now, it goes off. It's still the prison phone system, but when it goes off, you can hang up and dial another person's number. And, that's what you wanted. But they wouldn't do that like in the middle of the day, or at night, like early night. They wouldn't do that then because other people are going to be bitching, hey, I need the phone. All right, what the fuck? They do it at late at night, like at 11 o'clock at night. And I didn't mind that either because I'm making phone calls. I didn't care if I woke somebody up or not. So I did get the phone. You did get the visits. You did get commissary on the administrative side. When you're on that disciplinary side, you don't get phones, visits, nothing, because the DHO, disciplinary office, takes it all. Fucking takes it. Now you start going nuts a little bit. But logistically, you have to figure out ways to keep your brain going. And it's usually on a routine. Most people don't know this. The reason, and I did go crazy, and I'm going to get into that, how I lost my mind in there, and anybody would. Many psychologists say segregating people or putting them away was such a social animal that it's one of the worst things you can do to someone. And I happen to agree. So you just learned a lot about how the whole works. And I want you to just enjoy this series because we're going to be talking about a lot. How we communicated and how we made kites in the hole. How we made fire and stuff and cooked in the hole. literally boiled water to cook coffee, or ramen noodle soups in the hole. Yes, in the hole. We did so many things like that, and you know, when you're in it for that long, you got to know. I call us the MacGyvers of the world. Prisoners are MacGyvers. Have a great day, everybody. I hope you enjoy these videos. I love doing the whole videos. They bring back memories, sometimes bad, but they are important for people to know. And if you have a loved one in prison, make sure you don't judge. Please don't be a judger of anybody. I know people have emails of telling me the people in prison and this, and I get it, I really do. But I'm not going on that end of it. I hope the people who I caused harm forgive me. And I hope everybody is in a forgiving mood. Have a great day, everybody. Stay strong. Please make good choices and have a great day.